Hello and welcome to another episode of Paving the Way podcast. Once again, I'm Seth Amoa here with Kenny Jean-Louis. And today we're here with, I met him about last year about with his company, Recover Vibe. But, and I just love what he's doing. And I just wanted to get on here so he could talk a lot about more because he does play basketball still. And, he's doing a lot of things on the side too. So anyways, we'll get more into that in the whole interview. Please give it up for Lens-Harly Louis.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
What up?
Yeah. We're glad to have you on the podcast. I feel like a lot of people is gonna learn about your journey. Like you were telling us a little bit before the interview, and I was like surprising and just the ups and downs, and now what you guys doing with your company, like your product. So I feel like a lot of people is gonna learn about this interview. So my first question is, when's the passion for basketball started for you?
No, it's actually a funny story because when I grew up, I hated basketball, but for the wrong reasons. So I was always tall. Even when I was in second, third grade, I was the tallest person in my class. So people always ask me, hey, you play basketball? This and then I was like, no. And I kind of grew a hate for it because I was like, yo, everybody thinks I'm playing basketball. So I never wanted to know anything about basketball. Okay. And it's not until sixth grade that I was 5'10", like 11 years old, man. Like it was like, you know what? Let me give it a try. Yeah. So I go to the tryouts and I'm playing whatever. I get cut from the team. I was bad. I was super bad at basketball. So I ended up doing the B team in sixth grade. I'm 5'10". I put my hand up. I'm touching the rim, but I really wasn't good. And I ended up going to Saint Jean-Baptiste in Longueuil, where I got recruited by Eric Barry, and he was like, we'll help you. We'll teach you. You have great potential. So like, try to convince my Haitian mom that it's okay for me to play sports and go to school. It's not just school. And yeah, man. So I ended up going there. Had a great time, man. And that's where the passion for basketball really grew. I was able to, get better. I was able to be competitive. It wasn't just, hey, he's on the team because he's tall. Like I was actually getting more talented, and that's where that's where everything started, man. And then ever since, I've just been playing, and my passion for the love just keeps growing and growing.
And I know you said you played down south. Can you talk a little more about that?
Yeah. So after my Sec 3, or people here ninth grade, I ended up going to Florida Air Academy. I had a chance to go and play at a high level. So with the help of Pascal Jobin, Juan Mendez, I was able to go to Florida Air Academy with a great coach, Aubin Goporo. It was really a nice experience, man. It was a little crazy to just be away from home. I had never really been that far away. And me growing up in a French system, just going to school in English, it was quite a shock, but it was a great experience that I had for sure.
Okay. You were telling us that you had to convince your mom that there's not only school, there's basketball too. So how your mom let you, I guess, go down south? She was not like mad or?
Man, it was crazy, man, because Haitian moms, man, it's just, no, you're not responsible. You're not gonna be by yourself. Like, no, like it's school. Like you need to focus on school. Like this is just a sport. You can't focus on that. And so it was a collective effort from my aunties, my cousins, brother, sister, my coaches, just everybody, just trying to convince my mom. Like, they were just like, don't worry. Like he's gonna be fine. He's gonna do what he has to do. And the thing that convinced her was one of my coaches said, if he doesn't do well in school, he's not going to be eligible, so he's not going to play right. She's like, oh, okay then. That's all that mattered. As long as I could do good in school, she was good. Okay. And then that's the argument that kind of convinced her.
Okay. And when you went down south, did you have a goal in mind? Did you want to play, I guess, NCAA, or what did you want to do with basketball?
I think at that time I was 15. I wasn't sure. Like I said, I think it's just where that passion kind of started. And now I just had a feeling or a desire to just become better. I saw how I was able to just get better in span of like 3 or 4 years. And I was like, I want to do better. I want to play better competition. I want to play on better teams. And it's not until I would say my junior year of high school that I was like, hey, like I have great coaches. I have great teammates. I've played with remote players that are playing professional now that went to schools like Texas, Louisiana Lafayette, Richmond, NC State. I mean, I've played with really great players, Baylor. So I was like, my goal is to be able to do like these guys. I want to go and play at the high level. Like, we always watch March Madness. March Madness is coming up, man. It's just, and I was just like, what if I'm in what if like people are picking me and I'm in the bracket, So I started to grow like a passion and a desire to really just compete at the highest level. I don't know why, but I just wanted to.
Okay.
Can you talk a little bit about your setback? Like, I know you had a lot of injury, and also how you were able to overcome them.
Yeah. So the whole story of Recover Vibe, though I started it a year ago, I think it's something that's been triggered by the multiple injuries that I've had over my entire basketball career. So even before I left for the States when I was 15, I had knee issues. I had like patella tendonitis. Like every big that is playing, they're like, hey, your knees are hurting. You're like, yeah, well, you're growing. It's fine. And it's just, I guess for me, it was more than that, man. It was, I ended up getting surgeries on both of my knees my junior year. It was a tough moment, and it kind of happened like before my senior year. So I'm like stressing out because like, this is where the schools are supposed to come and see me. This is where I'm supposed to perform at my best, and I kind of felt like I lost that energy. I lost the motivation, and I really lost like my momentum of playing. And it was just that's just one of the main that I'm going to talk to you guys about today. So,
so how did
that's how it started.
Yeah. So how did you overcome that? Like, because I know we were talking before. You say you didn't you get recruited by all these schools before, but then I guess because the injury happened, you had to switch, I guess, paths. So talk to us about that. Like, what happened? Like,
Yeah. So I did not have a great season my senior year, and towards the end of the year, I didn't really have much options to go to as far as going on to the next level. So it's only towards the end of the year where I was actually feeling better. I was fully back. I was feeling 100% that, and we had schools coming in, but the fact that I've played with great players, we had all these huge schools like Florida State and Kansas and Richmond. I was like, these schools are not looking at me. Like I'm hurt. I didn't really play well this year. They're coming for this 6'9" African kid, Ted. One of my friends, Ted Capita, which is who plays. He played at NC State. They're coming to see like those big guys that are solid, that are athletic, that are jumping. Like I'm not that player anymore. I'm slower. I gained weight. I'm not as quick on my feet. So I don't know, man. I was losing motivation. I didn't know what I was going to do. I ended up playing in a little scrimmage where a coach was coming to see another guard, actually. And I was playing well. So my coach told me, hey, like this coach wants to talk to you. So I'm like, wait, like me? No, I was like, wait, what do you mean me? I was like, okay, sure. So I ended up talking to the assistant coach from Pensacola State College, Coach Murdoch. Amazing coach. And he was like, hey, we came here to recruit a guard, but I saw you play. I like the way you play. And like, what's your plan next year? And I'm like, I told him the whole story about my knees and this and that. And he's like, well, we would love to like maybe have you on a visit. I'll talk to the head coach. And so I was like, yeah, sure. And I ended up going on a visit a couple of weeks later, and I loved it. I loved it. I got to really connect with the guys as soon as I got there. It was a great campus. And I got to stay in Florida. Yeah. So it's like,
that's a plus right there.
Yeah. So I was like, so it's like, yeah. So I ended up going to Pensacola State College. Went 2 years there. Had a great experience over there.
Okay. And then after that, you switch after, right? You switch?
Yeah, so I did 2 years at Pensacola State, and I ended up going to University of Charleston, which is in West Virginia. People always confuse for College of Charleston, South Carolina. This is a different one.
Okay.
So I ended up going there for a year. I had a great time. I ended up not playing just due to academic issues. So not because I had bad grades, but there was a problem with the curriculum that I wanted to do. I wanted to study biology, and I wasn't going to be able to graduate on time. So I just took the year to focus on school, kind of get those things done, get better, get to know the system. And the coach was okay with it. We had a big team. The big man, Justin Coleman, which I believe got first team All-Star when I was there, like a great big man. He was his last year. So he was like, he's going to take most of the minutes anyways, because he's one of the best players in the conference. So it's like, it worked out good for them. It worked out good for me. So I ended up redshirting. However, I ended up transferring. It wasn't a great fit for me, I would say. But the coaches there, Coach Osborne and Coach Rector, they're amazing people. They're doing so good. I think they're going to the tournament this year. They have a really good team, and they've been improving. And I love to see the games and talk to the guys that I went to school there with.
So when you transferred, where'd you decide to go, and what happened at that school?
So I transferred to McKendree University, a small D2 school in Lebanon, Illinois. And I got recruited by Coach Harry Statham, which is probably one of the oldest coaches in NCAA history. When I went there, he was 80 or 81.
Yeah.
He had been there for 52 years as a head coach, I think.
Oh, no.
Hold on. 44 or 45 years as a head coach, and he was also the athletic director before. So he had been there his entire life. Like,
crazy.
It was ridiculous. So Harry Statham and Coach E, I call him, Coach Ethelbarger, gave me the chance, even though I didn't play right at Charleston. So I come in and I have no footage, and I'm like, hey, I'm looking for a school. I went to this school actually, but I didn't play. So it's kind of hard, basing it on the previous year and stuff. But, they kind of trusted me. I trusted them, and we're able to go forward with this. And I had a great time. At McKendree my first year. We ended up switching the coaching staff around the second year. And I got to meet Coach Chris Foster, George Suggs, and Seth Jackson, 3 amazing coaches, man, that have really been able to form that bond with a coach that I was looking for. There are people that I talk to often. There are people that are there not only for the basketball side of things, but a relationship, whether it's outside of basketball, but everything in life. And I think to me, that's the biggest thing about basketball, is making those connections and getting to know people and just improving as a person.
Yeah, you just said stuff outside of basketball, but still, I guess, outside of basketball, but inside of basketball. So can you talk a little bit about your product and your company that you started, and when did you decide that you wanted to start?
And why? Why would you start this?
Yeah, so I started Recover Vibe March of 2020. And one thing that I forgot to mention, my second year at McKendree University, I actually ended up hurting my foot, my ankle. I had to get surgery, so I had to redshirt my senior year. Bunch of crazy stuff, man. My whole career has been about injuries. And whenever the season got done at McGill here, which I also redshirted because I wasn't ready to play. So bunch of red shirts, bunch of redshirt seasons that I had. I wanted to look for a way to kind of avoid those, man. I know, like, technology is moving forward. People are finding all types of ways to recover faster. When you look at guys like LeBron James, this guy spends millions of dollars on his recovery. He has cryo rooms and all types of things. So I'm like, there has to be something that, it's not $30,000, right? But that is affordable, that can help with injury prevention, recovering faster, like a better warm-up, just to stay away from those little injuries. So I was looking at, I know a little bit about massage guns. I didn't know much about them. So I did a little bit of research. All I knew is I wanted a good product, but also didn't want to pay the big bucks for, going to college. Like, I didn't have the money. So this is when I hit up someone on Facebook. I looked for a really known massage gun, and I was like, "Hey, you're selling it. It was used." And he's like, I'll come and pick it up. I'll try it out. Because I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get it. And when I went, I don't know this guy, so I go to pick it up, and I end up talking to the guy for like 45 minutes. He's talking to me about massage gun. He's a trainer, how he uses it on his clients, and this and that. So big shout out to Fitness Zoo, guys. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about. I got to give him a shout out because it's kind of, I don't want to say he's the reason why I started, but I think it kind of sparked something, right? Yeah. So he said when he first bought his massage gun, he bought it for like, with taxes, was almost $600. And he was like, man, as soon as I got it, I was just, how can I get my money back? So as a trainer, he would offer his clients some massages for like a small fee and stuff. And he said he was able to like kind of pay it back. And I'm like, like, this is not a bad idea. Like, what can I do with this to kind of generate money, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't go and massage people, like look like a creep. I'm not a massage therapist, I'm not a physio, I'm not a trainer. I can't I can't go and massage people. So I was like, okay, what can I do? And I started thinking, I started talking to people, maybe I can like rent it out, and it wasn't working. I don't know. So then I got the idea of kind of making my own, right? There are some things obviously about the massaging that I liked. When I got it, I was like, okay, well, what's the difference about this and the more expensive one, the cheaper one? So this is when I really started to look at the specs, and if I wanted to like make a massage gun, have one that was like my own, what would I get, or what features would I have? And I kind of put all of these things together, and I didn't know anything about it. I was just like, let me kind of see how it goes. And even still to this day, man, having a company, I didn't know I was gonna have to do all of this, and it's a learning process, it's a learning curve. But that's how I started. I kind of looked for all the things that I wanted. I got it. I was happy with it. I was like, okay, I want to start this. I want to be able to help people around. I know people are going to benefit from this. It's not as expensive, but I can compare it to the real deal and see the power and all the features. And that's how it started. And it started really small. I didn't know how it was going to go. I was selling to people around me. And now I'm selling more in the US than I sell here in Canada. Okay. So I'm really happy about the way things are going.
So what are the challenges you have to face with this? That you're probably going through or you went through.
So as far as the business, it's a lot, man. I think the biggest challenge is not knowing how to start. And I think a lot of people have business ideas, and I think I talked about this in a previous interview that I had, but I had so many people, especially since I started Recover Vibe, that come and talk to me about ideas that they have. Hey, I was thinking about doing this, and they have their logo ideas, their colors, and who they're going to sell to, and where they're going to get the products, and how it's going to go. And I'm like, okay, like this all sounds amazing. Like it really does. Do it. Do it. Nah, man, no. Just like, why? And I think this is almost everybody has ideas of what they want to do, like starting a business. So like, I would really enjoy doing this. I think people could benefit from it, but not a lot of people actually go and take action because they don't know where to start. So this is by far the hardest step, because you kind of have to figure things out, and it's not written in a manual. Like, you're not just going to pick up a book and be like, okay, how to start a business, and it's just going to tell you, and going to be like, okay, now I understand. Like, it's all a learning curve, no matter what you do.
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay. And where do you see your product in 2-3 years from now?
Millions.
I don't. It's a great question. So my goal is to become a physical therapist. So I want to be able to become a physical therapist, have my own clinic, have my own products. This is the big picture. At the moment, I'm working right now to have partnerships and collaborations with clinics, sports centers, universities, and just a lot of people that are working with athletes. This is not only a product for athletes, but being a basketball player, I think this is where a lot of people need it and could benefit from having it either in the locker room or before a game, at a clinic. Let's say you're having back pain and you're coming to recover from something, So I'm in the process of doing that right now. Things are going well, man. I'm super happy about how things are going. I won't say anything at the moment, but I'm working. Hopefully we'll get some good news soon.
Yeah, okay. Do you have an so is your main target athletes, or can anyone get it? Or is that your main focus?
So I think anyone can get it. I think there's a misconception behind the use of a massage gun. Yes, it is promoted to athletes more. However, at the end of the day, it's a massage, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it's releasing tension in your muscle, it's reducing soreness, and this is not something that happens only to athletes. People that work and stand on their feet a lot might benefit from using a massage. And people that are sitting down a lot, that have a curved back, like releasing their the muscles in their neck and their traps and stuff, will definitely help with their posture and their back pain. So it's really something that can help a lot of people. Is just to know how to use it and to kind of experiment and see which attachments you like, and making sure that you have a quality product so that it can actually give the punch and the power that you need. Right?
Okay. And I've been why should people go to Recover Vibe and not somewhere else? Because that's something that I guess people might for sure want to know, right? Well, what's the difference between you and this other massage? You said a little bit before, but I want you to go in more details. What's the difference between your massage gun and another one?
Yeah, for sure. So there's a lot of differences. However, I'll try to stick to only a couple of them. The number one thing I would say is all our products are shipped from Montreal. So people that order from Recover Vibe, they're getting their products within a couple of days. If you're ordering from and you're in the region of Montreal, chances are you're going to get your product the next day.
Okay.
There's no shipping, and it takes like 14 to 30 days, or like whenever people order stuff, they want it now. We live in a society where Amazon, like, man, this is not 2-day shipping. I don't think I can get it. Like, people are anxious to get their product. So that's the number one thing, is whenever you order from Recover Vibe, like, it comes fast. Whether it's in Canada or in the US, we have shipping. So it's really simple. Another thing is our product come with a 1-year warranty. So anything that happens to your product, you're able to just contact us. We replace your product, and it's as new. That's as far kind of behind the product, right? But the product itself, I would say there are three. Number one is the power. So a lot of competitors, they don't have that punch that you're looking for, especially in an athlete that has bigger muscles, training a lot. Like, you're looking for something that's actually going to help you. Like, if it's something that's very cheap, that doesn't have that stroke length to get actually deep in the muscles, you're not really going to feel the difference. So this is the first thing that I looked at whenever I was comparing with the bigger brands. I was like, I want something that packs a punch. Number two is the fact that I wish I had a massage gun here. So it's the fact that it's adjustable. So you can actually get the head and place it so that it's in a straight line. This makes it easier if you want to like press, because you can go with two hands into a certain muscle. If, let's say, there's a point or like a knot that you want to get rid of. Also, if you want to reach certain areas like in your back or your hamstring, sometimes in the regular L-shaped massage gun, it's kind of hard to reach. You have to twist your wrist in certain positions. You don't have to do that with the Recover Vibe Pro because it's adjustable.
Okay.
Number three, and I think especially with the situation that we're in now with the COVID, is the attachments and quality of them, that they're not made out of foam. So a lot of people that purchase the massage gun, they're athletic therapists, massage therapists, physios, and they want to use it on clients. So every single time you use it, you need to clean it.
Yeah.
If you have foam, or you have something that's not durable, every time you clean it and you put in all these products and those chemicals, it's gonna break down the attachments. It's not gonna be good. So I really went ahead and made sure that I had some attachments that are durable, that are made out of like silicone, so that people can clean it as much as you can. Every time you use it, clean it, the next person can use it. And that's the way that I'm able to approach clinics and schools, because, the COVID situation is something that we're going to have to deal with for a long time. So just finding ways to go around that and still be able to provide a product that people can use even in those circumstances.
Mm-hmm. How people can reach you, and what are the fees if we want to get some? If you
don't mind saying it.
yeah, for sure. So the best, so we have a lot of products, right? We have the massage gun, but we also have like the recovery boots, the air compression units that a lot of people is becoming more and more popular. It is more expensive, but for our best seller, the product that we sell the most, the massage gun, it's $350 Canadian, which is around like $260 or $270 US. However, people are able to use Paving the Way promo code.
promo code. Yeah.
Get 10% off, and actually right now we have a sale. So there's a 20% off right now, and people are able to get an additional 10 with your code, man. So this is really a good time for people that's been thinking about it, or that are looking for a solution to help with back pain or knee pain, muscle soreness, all these different things, man.
That's what's up. Can you have any other questions? Anything?
I'm good. I'm good.
Is there anything you want to add about your business? About what else? What else do you have going on? If you want to share future stuff that's coming out, I don't know. If you want to know, you can spit it out here.
I can't share too much about what's coming.
Okay, so when should we expect what's coming?
What should we expect? You guys should expect a big change, because it's been about a year now that I started Recover Vibe, and I think like it's finally starting to pick up as far as people noticing the differences, noticing what I'm doing. So I'm getting more and more people that reach out to me, whether it's schools or programs and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to some really, really good partnerships like in the very near future.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, see, that's what we like to hear, And and for this, the reason why I wanted to get you on here is because, like you said, you play ball, you're doing this on the side. It's not just about basketball. So you're definitely, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to watch this and see that, if he could do it, I could do it, and that's something that, I don't know if you know it or not, you're actually paving the way for that, for people that are, you, and there's there's some ballers that we've interviewed that have their businesses. There's not a lot of people, so we definitely appreciate what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, because it definitely goes a long way. And like you said before, the whole Paving the Way promo code on, if you want 10% off, and stay tuned for his big thing coming out. We don't even know what it is, but hopefully, it's huge, and so Kenny, if you have any other questions?
Well, I'm good. Like, I'm glad we had the opportunity to have you here, and I feel like a lot of people is gonna learn about what you just said, and hopefully after our interview they use our promo code, and you get a lot of, I guess, call. A
lot of orders, man. Amen. So thanks for being on here, man.
Yes, thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, man. So to everyone listening, don't forget to subscribe. Once again, I'm Seth Moa, also known as Essay, here with Kenny Jean-Louis, and stay tuned for our next episode.